Hello everybody, Flik here and welcome to Let's Chat, my weekly vlog series posted every Monday at lunchtime if you're in the UK time zone. For elsewhere, I've got no bloody idea. Anyway, what do we have on the cards today? On the doors today? What is that expression? I can never remember it. Either way, I do have a plan. I have one thing I want to talk about. It's not a fun thing, but it's something I want to cover anyway. And we'll also do some questions and answers. I asked very early this morning on Twitter for some questions and topics to discuss. I think some people responded. I'll have a look in a second. And I'm also, you'll hear my mouse clicking, apologies for that, I'm going to go back to last week's Let's Chat and look at the comments on that. So that was 23, so this is chat number 24. We'll start with Twitter this time though, because I think last time I did it the opposite order. Okay, the first question was from CR, who has been asking this every single week for the past couple of months because I refused to answer it, but fine, I'll do it this time, whatever. He asks potatoes or stuffing. I don't understand that question. Is that in reference to in general, or is that in reference to a particular time of year's special meal, like say Christmas dinner or New Year's dinner? I mean, I like stuffing on sandwiches with chicken. That's a bit weird, I know, but especially if they have like sage and onion and stuff in them, I like that a lot. But in general, I eat a lot more potatoes because there's more times of the years where you would eat potatoes as opposed to stuffing, I think. Maybe that's different in Ireland for obvious reasons. But yes, fine, you have your answer. My answer is potatoes. Please stop asking. Let's see what else. He also said lies and slander. What is that to? Oh, because there was someone called CR in a Cards Against Humanity card for some reason. Obviously not the same person, but still very funny. David Corsai55 asked, what sort of things do you look for in a video game? In order of importance, good story. Well, wait, hang on. I'm always torn. What's more important, workable game mechanics or good story? I think I'm willing to put up with dodgy, let's say, game mechanics if the story is really good. So I'll put story first. Then I'll put the game has to be workable. It has to be functioning. It has to not be a horror to control. Third, good voice acting if it has voice acting. And fourth, graphics. I am a bit of a graphics horror. I know that kind of flies in the face of all the retro games I cover. I like retro, but that's from a nostalgic point of view. I do appreciate really nice looking games. I can't help it. I just like looking at pretty games. It helps escape into a world of fantasy, whether it be, medieval fantasy or futuristic. I just like when a game looks pretty. But that said, I definitely do prioritise a good story, good gameplay mechanics, innovative if possible. But I don't mind if it's kind of copying things that have done something better or of the moment. Like, for example, it's very popular right now to have a free flow combat system because the Arkham games are so good at using it. That's fine. I like that combat system, so I don't mind people copying it. Also, well, what else is being copied right now? Well, there's a ton of roguelikes on Steam Greenlight at the moment. That definitely seems to be the end genre of indie game. Is that a bad thing? Kind of. It gets people very uppity about the true meaning of what a roguelike game is, because not every game that's classified as roguelike is actually anything like the original Rogue, but I don't mind. That said, I do think there is definitely a proliferation of indie games. That's a very hard word to say. Proliferation, I believe. Either way. And that's all I got from Twitter. Other than someone replying to the thing I'm going to talk about after we're done with questions and answers. I might bring that up then. Let's go back to last week and see what else got and asked, if anything. I think yes, when I was pronouncing Christopher's surname, I've been saying it wrong, and he was pointing that out. So apparently I pronounce... See, this is very hard when you write it down. Could you write it phonetically and then I'd learn? Because I've been pronouncing it Geeb, I believe, and he's saying I'm saying it like you would say G-E-E-B, but it's E-I. I don't know. I'm sorry. Can you write it phonetically, please? And I'll promise I'll get it right when I say your name at the shoutouts from now on, I promise. Someone pointing out who is actually currently playing Monster Hunter 4 that it's amazing, but the hitboxes are still a little off, so it's a bit disheartening actually that they still haven't really fixed that. I was musing in one of my Monster Hunter videos recently. Boy, I sure hope that they've fixed the crappy hitboxes in that one. Well, if this person is to be believed, Daniel, nah, they haven't. That's a shame. Hopefully they're a little bit better, but who knows. And they say, but it never fails to piss me off. Yeah, okay. I can understand that. I actually just got done prior to recording this, doing a massive farming session, off camera, I mean, in preparation for the next recording of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Worth it, I think, though. Made a lot of progress. You're going to see a lot of progress in video number... Let me check. It'll be video number 53 that I film next. Also excuse the dog barking, as per usual. Right, let's go back to the comments. Click, click, click. Let's see. Oh, the person who I was asking about, who was mentioning something about a second monitor, did get back to me, so thank you very much. We're now discussing things on Steam. Iron Paladin asked, do you think they'll have game chat in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate? I don't believe they do. I watched some English folk playing the Japanese version of Monster Hunter 4 for a while back, when it was kind of like right on my radar, and they just used Skype, I think. So no, I don't think Nintendo isn't very good at internet stuff, just in general. To be fair, Capcom's interface, at least within Monster Hunter 3 for multiplayer, is also piss poor. I remember when Dodger and I were first doing the Monster Hunter videos, we had to Google how to multiplayer with each other. I mean specifically with each other, not with randoms, because they don't explain it well at all. Fraser River saying, yes, he was hoping to see Amazing Spider-Man 2. Well, there is more coming. I don't think it's going to be a long series. I would be very surprised if it's over 14 parts. I've already filmed half of it. I haven't done tons of side stuff, but that's because they haven't really let me have access to anything yet, so I don't know. Right, let's see. Oh, I got some feedback on whether people preferred the studio mode or the raw mode. Quite a lot of feedback, actually. Thank you for that. From people like Professor Frink42 and also Ordimus and some other people. Basically, there was some people who said that the studio mode for this new mic sounded better, but Ordimus is actually a music and sound guy in real life, so I was listening to him the most. And because I'm in such a large room, the studio mode just doesn't work. I would need to be in either a soundproofed room or like a padded room, etc. Some would argue I might deserve to be in a different kind of padded room, but let's not dwell on that. So basically I'm using the raw mode. That's how you're going to hear it. I actually think it does sound better for the size of room I have, for the way the sound echoes a little bit. It fits, and I'm still very, very happy with it compared to the Blue Yeti. But once again, the Blue Yeti was probably still superior. It definitely has more versatility because it has more than the one audio mode. As in, if you were doing a podcast and you were sitting next to the person you were podcasting with, you could set up the Blue Yeti so it recorded you both. Or if you were having a round table discussion, you could sit it in the table in the middle of the room and it would record everybody. Whereas the Nessie that I'm using now is very much a one person only microphone. You can't set it to record from all around, etc. Yeah, I'm really liking it. I am sticking with it. I like it enough that it's going to be my main mic. If I ever need an emergency backup one, yeah, I would consider changing back, but for now, the blue Nessie, I almost said Yeti, that's why I paused, is definitely getting my thumbs up. I like it a lot, and from the sound of the comments that I'm looking at now, people agree that it does sound better than it did. It does also make a slight difference to how much it picks up my fan noise, which is the main plus point. It's still there, but not as bad, so I'm glad about that personally, although I think I am in the majority of people who are actually getting pissed off by the noise, so that's good. Let's see, more audio talk. Did I just say cock? I think I did. That's what I get for not warming up before recording. Oh, people also pointed out, this is in reference to the Steam nights where we're recording Dark Souls 2 live using CR's Twitch channel. I can't see the chat because I don't have another monitor, etc. People have been pointing out there's an IRC app, but you can also just use the Twitch app on either your smartphone or your iPad, and there is actually a chat only mode, which is perfect. So now I can see the chat. So if you haven't been turning up to the Steam nights themed around Dark Souls 2 just because you know I couldn't see what you're saying and CR is a bit busy to pass on everything, I will be able to see it now. Obviously I'm still playing the game as well, but still. In fact, I'm recording this on the night, or on the afternoon before the night where we're doing another live recording. It will eventually not be Dark Souls 2, I will mix it up. It's just I'm enjoying getting people together and being able to read the chat. I guess Monster Hunter Nights will come back. I'm still kind of doing catch up on my solo stuff and enjoying that as well. I've had a little resurgence in my interest in Monster Hunter recently. I'm not sure why, I'm just very into doing a lot of it, which is actually a bit problematic because I've got a huge backlog of videos to upload now of Monster Hunter combined with all the Dark Souls parts we've been recording, and also the Spider-Man parts. I'm way too in advance. On the plus side, that does mean that I can take a few days off, but I'm not used to being able to do that. I mean, if I'm looking at my desktop now, I've got well over a week's worth of videos, even if I do 2 a day, to go up. Which is good, I guess. Kind of. So let's see if there's anything else in the questions from last week. If there is not, we can move on. Thank you for those who did comment, especially everyone who was talking about the microphone getting back to me about the feedback I asked for. And yep, that's about it. I don't see anything else there. We'll do one last check of Twitter via TweetDeck. Nope. Good. Okay, right, we'll move on then. The thing I wanted to talk about. You've seen me whinging about this on Twitter. It's about Nintendo and Tomodachi Life. If you don't know what Tomodachi Life is, it's the upcoming game from Nintendo that's essentially a rip-off of the Sim games, but with your Mii character that you have across like your 3DS, your Wii U, etc. So, a guy, I can't remember the guy's name unfortunately, started a campaign called Mii Quality when he discovered that he and his boyfriend couldn't be married in the game. And it's true in the Japanese version that there is only straight marriage. Actually, that's the first thing I want to talk about. Why is it that marriage is in the game at all when it's called Tomodachi Life? That's Japanese for friend. The whole shebang that I'm about to talk about now could have been avoided if they'd just not put marriage of any type in, but no. So, this person wants to be able to marry their real life boyfriend in the game, and he can't because there's only straight marriage. So he's trying to petition Nintendo to put it in, and Nintendo have basically said, sorry, we can't. The game is as it was released in Japan. We can't change it, it would take too many resources, but if you buy this one, maybe the next time we'll put it in. That's their response as of the day I'm recording this. Quite a few problems with that, although first of all, to balance things out, I will say that Japan is still a country where gay marriage is illegal. Being gay in general is not illegal, just the marriage is. I was looking it up actually for some facts, and there's 2 places in Japan. Let me just find that page again because I found it quite funny actually. Where is it? There's 2 places in Japan you can actually have a gay marriage. Yes, there we go. In Kyoto, there's a Shinko-in-zen temple where you can do it. And also, you can go to the Disney resort in Tokyo and have a gay marriage in Cinderella's Castle Hotel. I just found that really funny. However, even if you do either of those things, it's not a marriage that's recognised by the government. So that's why the Japanese version doesn't have it in it. It's not legal to be a gay couple. By the way, when I say gay, I mean gay, lesbian, transgender, etc. I just don't have to keep on clarifying myself every time, so I'm just going to say gay for easiness. So yeah, that's why it wasn't in the Japanese version. I can understand that. And actually also while I was looking up these things, I found it interesting that in Japan, although it's not illegal to be gay, you cannot be protected by the law if you are discriminated against because you're gay. Meaning, and these are the examples listed, if you were, say, denied a job because you were a lesbian, you can't sue. You just have to take it, which is sad, really. But do keep in mind that there's certainly places in the world who are further behind the times than Japan is, where you can still be publicly stoned for being gay, for instance. You know, legally murdered, which is disgusting. But still, getting off the point. So I understand why the Japanese version of the game did not feature gay marriage of any type. Now what's interesting is, players of the Japanese version who were gay found a way around it. I don't know if it was an actual glitch, or if it was simply an exploit, but they found a way to do it. And Nintendo patched it out. You know, I'm not even angry about that, really, because, as I say, the Japanese version of the game, they would be allowing something which is technically against the law to happen. So it's okay that they patched it out. Now, let's go to the American version. The version that they say is too similar to the Japanese version, that they can't afford to change anything. You know, apart from changing it all to English and the other European languages, of course. If players can find an exploit / glitch that was patched out to allow it to be possible, why the fuck can't Nintendo reverse that exploit, glitch, patch, fix to make it... I mean, it's basically literally a flip of a switch or changing a line of code to put that so-called glitch / exploit back in, and everybody's happy. They're just not doing it because... Well, actually, I really have to be careful how I say this because I don't want to be subject to slander / libel, whatever. I can't say for sure why they're doing this, but let's say this is my assumption of why they're doing this. It's because they don't care. And I really, really despise the statements they make on these subjects. They've made 2. The one this morning was that the one that I'm most angry about, saying, oh, the game's too far along, we can't afford to do any changes at the moment, which is bullshit because they could just reverse the patch. But even the one before that was just dodging bullets left and right. Just, oh, we're an exclusive company that allows people of all creeds and sexualities and whatnot. We weren't trying to make any kind of statement. Yes, you were. You should have just said, in Japan, gay marriage isn't allowed, so we couldn't have it in the game. And that would have been okay, because they're obeying the law. But no, they had to just dance around it in a stupid fucking PR way like they always do. And it infuriated me. And I already despise Nintendo, but I despise them even more now. Especially just this latest one from this morning is just saying, hey, buy the game anyway, and maybe if we do a sequel, if it sells really well, hint hint nudge nudge, maybe we'll put the gay stuff in now and pretend we care about those people, because we certainly don't right now. Actually, I'll go to Twitter and see that reply I got, because it refers to something else about this. I was talking about this Nintendo stuff this morning on Twitter, and someone called Tears for Queers, which I assume is someone supporting this campaign, said, you're nice, your view on this is nice, all I've seen is hateful shite all day about it on the internet. I was curious if they were telling the truth, so I went looking on Reddit and whatnot about in our games, which is usually a good place to go for mature gaming discussion. Not so much today. I mean, let's see if I can prove it by going to our games. And where is it? I saw it earlier. There's a big post on Nintendo. Come on, it must be there. I don't want to have to paraphrase. I want to quote exactly the top rated comment. Oh, we are committed to fun and entertainment for everyone was Nintendo's wording of it. We go to the comments in that. I hope that I've just not caught this person's sarcasm. I really, really hope, because it is sometimes hard to catch sarcasm. But the top rated comment in this discussion on Nintendo's statement about same-sex marriage and Tomodachi Life is that they, in reference to the whole statement, I like that they didn't try to confuse the issue or give typical PR spin, just oops, we'll do it next time, short and sweet. I really hope you are taking the piss, because if you're not, you are... I was going to say something horribly bad there, but I'll try and avoid it. That was exactly what that was. That was PR bullshit spin. I mean, I know Nintendo have had their third year loss in a row, but that doesn't make it okay for them to say just buy it now and maybe we'll do it next time. No, that is not acceptable. Speaking of, it's fantastic that they're still making a loss. The 3DS is basically the only thing keeping them afloat. I certainly hope that I live long enough to see them go bankrupt. Or, actually, let's be a bit nicer about this. I don't want lots of people to lose their job. Or if they see sense that they just don't understand how the gaming industry works anymore and they concentrate on the only thing they can still do right, which is handhelds. I think Nintendo would be able to get by just fine if it focused on their handheld side. Keep out the gimmick shit. Get rid of the 3D crap. Don't bother it. Well, touchscreens are okay actually, but the 3D crap, people didn't like that. That's why you brought out the 2DS. Do something better. But no, they're concentrating on dodging the issues, doing PR spin, and, revealing 2 new Pokemons, which are just remakes of the old popular games. That is Nintendo's plan in a nutshell. Just rehash old shit. Just sell it to the players all over again. They'll buy it. Charge 60 quid for a new Mario game. Fuck it, they'll buy it. They will too. I do intend to buy Mario Kart 8, although as a act of spite, I shall buy it second hand so that Nintendo doesn't get a single penny. And I certainly hope if you are someone listening who has the ability to stream on Twitch, that you stream the hell out of Mario Kart 8 and that you are a partner on Twitch so that you can get some money from running ads on it. Screw Nintendo. That's basically my overarching theme of this chat. I apologise for getting quite annoyed about it, but it's a subject I am concerned about, I guess is the best way to say it. I suppose I should offer up some kind of devil's advocate, although keep in mind this isn't my opinion. It is one worth mentioning actually. I was talking to a friend about this, and they said they would prefer if Nintendo, and anyone in general, any game company, any movie company really, just didn't bother putting in any kind of gay or lesbian character or method of playing, because they'd rather it wasn't in it than it was done in an insensitive way. And the example he gave of doing it in a bad way was The Sims, and I didn't know what he was talking about because I played The Sims 3 very briefly and I was like, this is as stressful as real life, why the hell would I play this for fun? But he said, and this is me passing on what he said to me, I don't know if it's accurate or true, you can let me know. Apparently in The Sims 3, if you create a gay person, as in a male, not talking about lesbians at this point because that doesn't apply to them, and you woo someone in The Sims, then one of the men in the couple take on all the animations and the articulation and the gestures and whatnot of a female character, which makes them seem overly flamboyant and camp, etc., because they were too lazy to have actual interactions between two male characters. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, then yeah, that is really bad. And is that worse than just ignoring something that's possible? I don't know. I do actually know 2 people who are married and also gay. I really should have asked their opinion on the subject before starting. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I will. Between now and next time, if any kind of heated debate spawns in the comments, I might have to talk about this some more. I'd rather not. Predictions? I don't think Nintendo will back down. I don't think they can. They're not the type of company to do that. They're too old. I think the game will sell well. I mean, it's basically The Sims. The Sims is a popular game, but it's on a Nintendo console where there's basically nothing else to play. So yeah, Tomodachi Life will probably sell well regardless of people being ignored. I mean, is it such a bad thing that you can't get married in the game if you're 2 male or 2 female characters? It's not the end of the world. I suppose that's how I'm going to balance this argument. It's not. But anyway, we're going to wrap up here. I apologise for talking about something which gets me rather cross. Next time, just ask more questions. Ask more potato and stuffing stuff, and then we can focus on that. But anyway, I hope you had fun at the Saturday Steam group. I'll be going to go prepare for that in a couple of hours. Need to go calm down now. Thank you for listening. I shall see... I don't know if you can hear that, but the ice cream van just started playing its chiptune thing right outside my window. I'm going to go now and get an ice cream. Thank you for listening. See you next week. My name has been Flik. Ta-ta for now.